All right. Y'all ready? All right, I want to welcome everybody to the September 16th, 2025 meeting. It is 6:01. If I could get a approval of the agenda with one request, if we can move old business in front of new, because Tim's double booked tonight on meetings.
Yes, sir. Motion to approve the agenda, Chairman, with the one change, moving old business up to the beginning.
Second.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem? There you go, you hide. You want to do the honors for us tonight? Come on.
You'll start with prayer, correct?
Whatever you want to do.
All right. We'll bow our heads and pray. I pray tonight for strength. You know better than anyone we need it right now. For healing for myself and all of your children, and specifically the Kirk family. I pray for forgiveness as we struggle to understand why sometimes your plan involves taking someone from us far too soon. But finally, I want to thank you for sending your son to die for our sins so we may meet again in your kingdom, that if we accept him, we will live forever. We miss you, Charlie, but we will see you again in heaven. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. All right, as we move on, we'll move on to consent agenda approval minutes. We had first Tuesday of September 2nd along with the executive session. If y'all had an opportunity to review the minutes, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Old business, Mr. Petrowski. Before we start old business, if anybody here tonight, concerned citizen, if they would like to speak at the end of this, we'll be more than happy to listen to you.
Chairman, this is the request submitted by the Board of Commissioners to amend the Comprehensive Land Development Resolution to establish standards for data centers. This isn't creating a specific location. This is a county-wide amendment establishing standards to, if one was to apply, these are the standards it would adhere to. Planning Commission recommended approval of this text change with the addition of comments from staff and also the addition of section 19 that would create some standards for an environmental impact study. We've gone back and forth. You've been provided with 3 copies of that verbiage as we discussed in the work session. The staff recommendation of the first one should not be considered. Either the recommended verbiage from the regulated community or the third comment for staff recommendation would be the one that we would want to go with.
Any board members want to start off? Question?
No question, Chairman. I do want to just clarify, because I think there's been a lot of discussion in the, even on the news article that came out today from the media and from social media, that this seemed as if it was a vote to approve a data center to come to Jones County. We do not have an application for a data center, so we're not approving a data center. I just want to be real clear on that. And furthermore, what we're talking about is some protections if one wants to come here, and we do want it at the right place at the right time, that we have the protections to be able to approve one that is in the best interest of our community. So, when we have, the staff has, the Planning and Zoning Board, and many of our commissioners, if not all of them, have visited or worked with other counties that have either had data centers or denied data centers, and we ask all of them, what got you to allow you to do it, or what got you to deny the applications? And they're all over the place, but some of the common threads is what we addressed, or they've addressed in this report, was, the noise, the light, the taxing on our resources, the taxing on our utilities, all these things, in my opinion, have been addressed in this report. And I'll say again, like I did in a work session, I'm very thankful that the Planning and Zoning Commission and staff has not only gone above and beyond in their homework, but actually gone out and physically visited some of the data centers that have already been put in and one that is currently being amended or added to. And so gives us real-time insight. And the last thing I'll say, Chairman, is a lot of people have negative thoughts on some data centers, based on some that were installed 5 or 6 years ago. Technology, including noise, water, and power, have come a long way since then. So some of the things that people are not happy about, they've made huge strides in fixing those things. So I would, if we have an application and have an appetite to approve one, I sure hope it's in our industrial park. We got 1,000 acres of beautiful land on 57 with no neighbors around it. That would be ideal for that. That would be where I would prefer to have something like this.
Any other commissioner? Commissioner Wood, you got any comment?
I don't have everything. I just want to commend the Board of Commissioners and the Planning and Zoning Department for their hard work in preparing this document and, you know, protocols and safety nets for the county.
I piggyback what they're saying. You know, we had concerns. We addressed it with P&Z about it. Y'all took that to go out and go physically visit other data centers to see what the complaints were there, and I appreciate y'all doing that for us.
You know, we trust you and we trust the department to do the right thing. And at the end of the day, I think citizens have trusted us to again, make prudent decisions on what's best for the county. And I think you guys have done a good job encapsulating all of that. And I hope that, like Sam said, they go to the industrial park so we have less concerns. But I do like the ability that we can make Jones County business friendly. So that's all.
Anything else?
Yes, sir.
Any citizens tonight like to come forward? You would introduce yourself, come forward and introduce yourself. Ladies first, yes. Go ahead. Yep, ladies first. Introduce yourself and where you live at.
I didn't realize it was somebody behind.
No, that's how I always try to get ladies first. And two of y'all stood up. Let's look at here.
All right, my name is Debbie McClendon. I live off of Camelot Road.
Yes.
I'm in Mr. Kitchen's area, I believe. And he was very gracious to answer some questions ahead of time for us, so I can make very brief what I need to say tonight.
Yeah.
We did get here for a little bit of your work session, and one of my only concerns about the noise conversations is that when you start comparing noise that we hear on the highway or conversation noise, if you will, try to also keep in mind that this noise, correct me if I'm wrong, is constant. It doesn't ebb and flow, it doesn't stop. And while standing here or sitting here, I can handle conversation or refrigerator noise, at night when you're trying to sleep, having constant conversation would even be annoying. So if as we look forward at those buffer zones and trying to figure that out, I certainly don't want to make Jones County not attractive to businesses. We want to protect our community and its flavor and also increase our tax base and help our community grow. But just remember that when you're putting something in that is relentless in its impact, we need to look at it from all of those situations when we're comparing it. And that's really the only thing I noted, so yay.
Hey, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I will say this, that one of the things you said is about the noise. Okay, so I have tinnitus, so my tinnitus that I hear constantly ringing in my ears is about 60 decibels all the time. So that hum noise constantly, I wish I could have a room that I could get into not to hear it. But the one quieter place in my whole house is inside of my house. And I actually have to put something on to sleep at night to cover this in my head. So inside of my home is much quieter than outside my home. So that's one thing that we've looked at about the noise too, because we've talked about some of the noise issues and some of the YouTube videos that are out there to listen to, that things that they address. is from one of the very first data centers that were put in the state of Georgia when they did not have perimeters to stay within boundary of.
Good evening, my name's Travis Griffin, I'm a citizen here. I think it's responsible that we are creating some sort of framework in the regulatory scheme for the approval of a data center when one applies. I think a concern that I have and one I've seen shared by other people is just we don't want there to be just a glide path for something to come in and, there's this framework and here we are, we have an application, we want approval. We would still want this commission and, the ability to come in and look at that individually. I mean, I do have, my main concerns regarding data centers regard the watershed. Yeah, I'm on a well. I know a lot of people are on wells. That's my primary concern. The industrial park's right there on a major watershed. I mean, I would want that to be addressed. I would want us to look at individual applications, with a fine-tooth comb to make sure they are what's best for our community, and not just because we have a regulatory framework to approve that somebody makes an application, they get approval. We don't want that.
Chairman, to comment on that, that's one of the reasons we want it to be a conditional use, so that every conditional use comes in front of the Planning and Zoning Board and then through this board. So
Okay.
two sets of boards are looking at it. Conditional use means it can only be used for the application that you put in. That person sells it to somebody else, the conditional use goes away, they have to come back in front of the board. That's not right, Tim? The
No, if you
the
buy it,
conditional use stays with the property
as long as it's being used on the same.
for the exact same thing?
Yeah.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
It don't change with the use. It changes with use, not with ownership.
With use, that's what I meant. They can't come in and do something else on the property.
The user wouldn't need additional approval
As
if
long
they're
as-
using it for the same
The
use.
same thing.
Right.
what
They couldn't change
They
what
couldn't
they're doing.
change the use, but they, as long as it's still, if A buys it from B and it's still be utilizing for the exact same thing, it's the conditional use. If B decides to change the use of that property, then they have to come back to us.
We just want the commission to be proactive if there was an issue,
Sure.
with a transfer like that, of course,
Sure.
so.
And
Thank
I
you
will,
very much.
I will tell you that on the water consumption side of it, the one thing that we have in these are that data centers shall use closed looped cooling systems, which means once those cooling systems are filled, that water regulates through. It's not a reoccurring, every day they've got to fill them up. It's only when it's more needed. So they will not consume a huge,
Like a radiator on the car.
yes,
just
it will
recirculates.
not.
That's closed loop.
That was something that was different from the first ones that were put in.
That's great. I just want us to look at all
Yes.
these things, very carefully. We appreciate it, though. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Anyone else? What's the board's decision? We got a motion in line?
I think so. We covered all the discussions. We just need to make a decision on the last section of 96.7.19, the staff review. Okay. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adopt the text amendments. He's going to straighten me out on how to say it. The text amendments with utilizing the staff recommendation, which was the third option on the environmental impact studies,
Including all staff comments.
including all staff comments. Yeah.
So my friendly amendment would be, well, we haven't accepted it,
Got it, we need a second first.
accept it. Thank you.
Second.
Second, okay, now it's discussion.
So the-
Discussion.
Yeah, the friendly amendment would be that we strike the majority of that paragraph except for the last sentence. And the last sentence reads, "The county reserves the right to require additional areas of study where site-specific conditions indicate potential for significant environmental, cultural, or community impacts." And I think that gives us the cover to do what we need to do no matter where a data center goes. I'm not a fan of putting the environmental study and impact study above, included with an application, because we know what that costs and we know what that could look like. So that would be my friendly amendment.
And Commissioner, I would say, my only issue with that is, or one issue with it is, I think what we went to from the beginning to the second one does not require the extensive dollar amount for a study. And the way this reads is, it's in the application, so the application shall include this information for these potential impacts. Without it being included in the impact, we wouldn't know how to require further testing if there were impacts to get from the industrial park to a private property type. So I'm just skeptical of accepting that friendly amendment.
Okay, we've got a motion, the second on the first one. We've got another a motion of amendment. Is there a second on the amendment? We'll have to do two different votes. So a second on the amendment? No second? Just ask for a second. All right, at this point, if there's no more conversation, all in favor and aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-1. Okay, thank you, Tim.
Thank y'all.
Hope we got you out of here in time. All right, now if we go to new business, Mr. Risner, we're looking at transit resolution, operating grant fund FY '27.
This is just the annual application where we submit for the state and federal funding that helps fund our 5311 transit service.
Motion to approve.
Second.
You need more discussion? If not, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Let's have it. Second reading of amending the purchase order, local preference. Mr. Resner again.
Ms. Brody was not able to be with us tonight. She asked if the board would consider postponing that until she could be here to share her thoughts.
Motion to postpone.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, now we're down to 3 on new business. Authorize RFP, government center parking lights upgrade.
So that was one of the projects that was talked about during the SPOS discussions, was making some upgrades to the park out here, some lighting upgrades. This would just also authorize us to issue an RFP related to that, and we'd bring that back to the board for approval.
Motion to approve, Chairman.
Second.
Second, any more discussion? None, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Let's have it. Well, we're hopefully gonna get
Don't
here. All
say
right.
it, Chairman, don't
Don't
say
say it.
Don't say it.
No.
Department head,
Jennifer?
Jennifer,
We have an adoption event,
come on, come on.
I gotta do the same.
You're not that lucky. Come on in.
So we're excited, we have an adoption event Saturday at Ace Hardware from 10 to 2. If you're available, come out and see us. We got some great dogs that deserve wonderful homes, so,
You got a lot of cats too.
Did you say 10 to 2?
yes.
And how many dogs were you carrying out Saturday for
We
people to look
start
at?
with 4 at a time, and then once those are gone, we go back and gather more at the time.
We had
Thank
one
you.
little puppy today that was like, we don't have room in the king-size bed for another dog.
Now you're making me go on there to see what dog you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's good. All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Resner, have you got anything?
No, sir, I don't have anything.
Nothing? Citizen comment. Any citizens like to come forward tonight? No citizen?
Are there any sign-ins?
No, you could come through if you,
I didn't sign in because it shows sign-in, but I didn't.
oh, no, you, citizen comments, you can come up now. That's what I'm,
Okay. I don't know,
just introduce yourself and where you
I'm
live.
Jeff
at.
Hussey. I live, in a neighborhood close to Clifton Ridge, and I
Sure.
think you're in my, who district?
Depends on the address.
Clifton Ridge?
Yes. That's
Right.
probably
You're in Clifton Ridge. Okay, I have a work order in with, Public Works.
Okay.
Over stormwater runoff.
Okay.
The comment is, what do I do about it? I mean, they've come out and they've looked at it, but they think that just my neighbor, just my street on County Drive, which is only 4 houses on it, it's a dead-end street, is the problem. But the problem's not that. The problem starts above me on Meadow Drive and carries all the way down. The work order that the Public Works have come out and looked at is just along my street. And that's why they've been a delay or something, they haven't come to see, or done anything with it. How do I expedite this?
We got 2 people sitting right here to your left.
Let me get your name and phone
Either
number.
or can
Okay.
Your
Because like I said,
commissioner
it's
or
not
our
only me, it also affects 111 Meadow Drive, which happens to be at the bottom of, it's a hillside.
Sure.
38 years living here, and I've never had any stormwater taken care of. So I decided to come to your meeting and
Well,
discuss it with you.
you're welcome to our meeting. It's the first and third Tuesday every month. Come on.
That's why I was looking at these things. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
205-792-3052. Now, the first name is Geoff. So if you went in there with Jeff, they would not see it. But they do know there is a work order in there. They have come out twice.
Yeah, okay.
But like I said, they think it's only my street.
Yeah.
But it's not, because, I don't know, because I need a civil engineer out there to look at it
Okay.
and things like that. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time. I
And hey,
appreciate
get
it.
on the email list so you'll know what's going on every.
I have already done that.
Okay,
I
good.
signed up before, last week,
Oh.
when I did this, it said comments, I put in the comment request, I put in all the stuff, I never heard anything
No,
back.
are you on the county email list for these meetings, so you get these when we have these meetings?
No, I don't have those, I put in,
Yeah.
it was just the first visitation
Sure.
last week. So, I went to jonescounty.org thing and then found out when you guys were meeting to make sure, so. I will look through it some more
All right,
and check it, but if you could, again, there is a work order in there, my name is in there, and,
thank you.
but they just think it's my little part. It's down there installing, I don't know if it's making water authorities that's installing water lines along New Clinton, or if that's sewage lines.
We're doing some work over there on the sewer line right there.
But I don't know if it's going into Kingsview, which is the city of Macon.
No, it'll tie back in behind, Clinton University.
Oh, it's not going anywhere near that.
Okay.
This is coming down New Clinton Road. I mean, this is coming off,
He'll get with you and make sure we get the right place.
okay,
right,
no
thank
problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Any more citizens? Mayor Pro Tem? You gonna give us a city report? You know?
Anything new coming? What can we?
I will just, the one thing I'll say is, obviously, this is election year for the city. All of our districts are contested. The candidate forum is September 30th at 6:30 at Butler Hall, and would love to see y'all come out and attend. So that's probably,
You did a good job opening up our meeting. You're welcome to do it anytime.
thank you, I appreciate that, sir.
All right.
Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Commissioner Martin, you gonna start off commissioner comments tonight?
I'm good, thank you. I am.
Commissioner Vaughn?
This week has kind of showed that we've gotten so far away from God in our country. It's not about race, religion, politics. It's about human nature. And I say that all the time up here. It's about being a human. Anybody that would rejoice because someone is dead is not, I don't even know what the word is. I mean, I just can't imagine. I mean, this is my friend right here. This is my friend right here. It doesn't matter that they're both two different colors, that they're two different politics. It doesn't matter. And I wish that everyone could view things more human instead of. Now, do I think that everything that was said by Charlie Kirk was the, no, I don't agree with everything that he said, but I wouldn't want him dead. And I wouldn't want anyone to lose their life for speaking what they believe in. You know, if that was the thing, then we wouldn't let Christians and Catholics and Jehovah's Witness and atheists and all go to school together. Every one of us are humans first, and all of those other things are second. And I just, one day maybe, one day. That's all.
Thank you. Commissioner Wood?
been a tough week. Tough week for everybody in this country, in this community. But need to hold everybody close. That's all I have.
Commissioner Kitchen?
I can't say any more than they said. God created us in his image. We should love like him. And, you know, that's all we can say. I do want to say I'm looking forward to the opening of the expansion of Liberty Park. And I would ask that, y'all notice our county attorney's not here tonight, and I just want to give a huge shout out to little Bo Brody. She's been a little under the weather. She's been up in the hospital, and fortunately, and thank God, it was much less than what they were worried about, but she's been dealing with some really tough pain the last few days, and we got notice today that she is feeling much better and on her way to a full recovery and then home. So y'all continue to be in prayers for Ashley's little angel, so she'll get home and be back riding her horses and stuff. So,
Amen.
yep, thank y'all.
Yeah. I need a motion to adjourn to go to
Adjourn.
executive session for personnel and real estate, please.
I make a motion to adjourn to go into executive sessions for real estate and personnel.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank everybody for coming. And you're welcome anytime. We'd love to fill this room up every month.
And